Tommy, let's start with the question.
Yeah, sure.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. I feel excited about this interview and I look forward to your questions. I hope I can answer them well.
You can answer it. Okay. First question. What motivates you every morning to get out of bed?
What motivates me every day? It's more of writing my own story. Because as we know, we can write our own stories in different ways, different from each other, unique from each other. So I write my own story. So in a way, every day, that I pave the path that despite how difficult life may be, we just continue on. Because if you think about it well and thoroughly, life is wonderful. There are a lot of people, a lot of experiences, and a lot of things that makes you want to live more or to live further. And that's, I think, my motivation to get out of bed and continue with my day.
Oh, that's great. And how have you, or what's inspired you to become a leader in your department?
What inspired me to become a leader in my department is mainly becoming the voice of my fellow students. Because although this privilege is not given to everyone, but I think it's really important that we are able to channel or to let our university administrators and leaders know what is the concerns on the ground. And yun, what I derive from leadership is the concept of grassroots leadership. You start from the bottom.
Yeah.
You become interactive, you become attached with your people. Because how can you be a leader when you do not see the problems below? And how can you become an effective problem solver when you do not know of anything about the problem? And I think that's really important as a characteristic of a leader, that you are able to mingle or interact with your people. You get to know them, you get to know their life, their problems, and their concerns, and what can you do to improve their life or their studies here in the university.
Okay, so you're talking about improving the student's life in the
Yes.
university. Now, how have you worked to make a positive impact on your department?
Uh, I have worked to create positive impact in my department in a way that first we start by inspiring others. Because when we inspire others, we become catalysts for change. And as we all know, you have the potential to do the change that you want. And secondly, yun, the impact that I want is that I brought leadership of the students closer to them, not farther from them. Because there are situations wherein leadership becomes far from the people, that sometimes, yun nga, as I said, that leaders cannot see what the problem is on the ground. So I think it's, yun nga, it's my takeaway and my lesson, and the most important point in leadership is that you are able to identify the problems of your.
And what is your leadership style?
My leadership style is more of being open to criticism. So you evaluate their statements, what you need to change, or is there anything that they said that needs to be implemented or needs to be considered. And secondly, you become a leader that becomes close to your people. Because I am actually a leader that has the hobby to interview my fellow students na what do you need? What do you think must be changed? Or what programs do you think must be implemented for the betterment of the students? Kasi yun nga, it's really important that you know what's going on the ground, and you know what your people need. Kasi you become an ineffective leader when you cannot address those concerns, or if you cannot at least give a remedy or a resolution.
Yes, and that's how powerful communication is.
Yes.
Okay, so how do you plan to use your leadership skills now in the future?
In the future, I'm speaking to the youth of today. So when you become a leader, you do not only limit your leadership only in school. You expand your leadership to your communities, to your family, your environment, and as well as, for example, in your workplace in the future or in your profession. Because leadership is not only within the four corners of a classroom. It's not only within an institution that you graduated from or you are in. It's leadership is a dynamic thing or dynamic principle. You can apply it anywhere. You can apply it anytime to everyone or anyone who needs leadership.
And with that, how do you measure your success now and keep yourself accountable?
When we talk about measuring success, it's actually weighing your achieved goals and as well as your met failures. Because when you assess your met goals, it's like, what have I done or what have I achieved? So parang, is it enough or have I done enough? Then when you go to assess the failures that you have met, it's more of, where did I go short? Saan ako nagkulang? Wow, hugot. So parang, yun, you evaluate where this criteria becomes short and you improve on it. So that's how you measure your success, not only solely by the success you have gained. It's also evaluating what failures have you met and have you tried to improve on it. So on being accountable, it's more of reflection actually. And I think this is one of the things that people today aren't able to do because of the busy pace of life that we have. So I think reflection is really, really important. Why? Because you're able to contemplate on the things that you have done. And as well as it, when it come to responsibility, it's more of, have you done it right? Or did you do it wrong? And yun, do you hold yourself accountable by changing your mistakes? Or do you hold yourself accountable by being able to recognize and accept that you have become short in this kind of aspect in certain things? So I think that's how I approach responsibility. It's more of contemplating and really reflecting in myself. If have I done it right? Have I done it right? Or have I done it wrong? Or have I become short? Then you do steps to implement a change and improvement in yourself.
Now, if you will tie it up, your story from being a student, from being a person you are, and from being a leader, what could be the title of your story?
That's a difficult question, actually. When I think about a title for my life story, I think it's more of, let's simplify it. Let's go to the song of Miley Cyrus that time. Because the journey in my life until today isn't a linear path. It's not smooth. It's not all easy. There will be troubles along the way. There will be storms that you will encounter. There will be times that will be tired and almost fall to your knees. But there will be a motivation in my story that you will always see. That I will always pursue to move forward, to progress further. And I won't, it's like, that's the definition, that's the title of my story because I think until now or until the future, I won't stop despite how difficult things may be. And I will still be in pursuit of the leadership and my goals, of course, and my aspirations because I won't stop until, actually, not really until, there's no until. I won't stop until there are things that I have met, but still, I will still move forward.
Now, how about your message to the youths? Any?
The youth. Of course, as the youth myself, there are actually a lot of things that I would want to tell you, but it's more of, I think the most important thing that I think should be addressed by the youth of today is that you have to start believing in yourself. Because I got here in my student leadership position because I believed in myself. And yun, people believe in you. So when you believe in yourself or when you also change your mindset, you change the path that you will be going to. Kasi actually yun yan, we write our own stories. We make the decisions. We are the master of our own goals. So every action that we make tailors to another end. But of course, it's a far end. But these actions contribute to the end or to the destination where you will be going. And I'm thinking it's important that we become self-confident, we become self-aware, we become self-reflective of ourselves. Because these are things that I think that youth of today do not or not able to apply. Not really religiously, but it's more of taking your time with yourself. Kasi when you contemplate, when you reflect, when you become confident in yourself, you actually are reinforcing who you are and who you will become in the future. And yun, when you reinforce yourself to become a better person, you become a better inspiration to the community, you become a better citizen for the country, and you become a better person for the people around you. And yun, I think that's really the important thing. Becoming confident, becoming self-reflective, becoming contemplating as a person, and of course, what does thoughts become without work? So you have to apply the things that you have learned, because without application, it would be useless. So you have to apply what you have learned. So for example, when you have reflected in yourself, what changes do you need or what improvements do you need as a person, you apply it because you wouldn't move forward or grow as a person when you don't apply what you have reflected on, what you have learned. So yeah, those are the things that I can advise you.
Okay. So it's just like do not limit yourself, but then again, be accountable of what you're
Yes.
doing. Okay. Now this time, my last question is that please please have this statement. I am Tommy Crosby III and
I am Tommy M. Crosby III, and I am confident and limitless.
hey, thank you very
Thank you very much
much.
po.